I'm Jackie and we are enjoying life's journey on the path to financial freedom. Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you our cruise budget. I'm going to share it with you. At the same time, I'm just going to talk a little bit about the cruise that we're going on, where are we going, what are we going to do, and all of that stuff as we go down the budget. Basically what I do is I kind of just start at the top and I start working my way down of things that we are going to spend money on. I usually start with kind of an idea of how much money we want to spend, and then as I go through we can adjust things. On the side here that you can see kind of behind me are notes and things that helped me to determine either a budget or it kind of just gives me an idea so I have a heads up. Part of my pre-planning or my planning, the whole itinerary of things. And then on the side here I even have I have future cruises that I'm kind of already researching. What cruise line are we going on? Where are we going? What are we doing? So we're going on the Carnival Inspiration and we're going to be leaving from Long Beach, California. And this one is only a 4-night cruise, so it is a shorter cruise, and it's doing the Baja Mexico. So it goes from Long Beach to Catalina Island and then to Ensenada, Mexico, and then we have 1 day at sea and then we're back to California. Originally, we were going to be doing a 7-night Mexican Riviera. We ended up changing it though because there is a hotel in Carlsbad, California, and it's actually where my husband proposed to me. And our oldest daughter, who's 8, she was 1 at the time, so that was 7 years ago. It's crazy. But his best friend actually is now the manager of that hotel. They've been renovating the whole place. He got us a great deal for our pre-cruise stay, so we decided to do a shorter cruise. Also, because we do have our Alaska cruise for 2020 and we want to make sure we have more spending power on that cruise. So we decided we switched from the 7-night cruise to a 4-night cruise so we can kind of save a little bit of money, but we can still go visit his friend in Carlsbad. We're going to drive up the scenic route up the coast of California from Carlsbad to Long Beach. So, we're excited to make it a fun trip. So the 4-night cruise, so we're doing an inside cabin. So if you watched our last cruise vlogs, we did a aft balcony and it was a corner balcony, so it was really nice and wide and big. It was great. We got a great deal on that. That was Royal Caribbean. We got a kids sale free promotion, so we were able to afford the nicer one. This one, again, we wanted to try to keep cost down, so we are doing an inside cabin. We're on the Empress deck, otherwise known as deck 7, and we're at the front of the ship in cabin E28. So I will do a tour video for you guys as well. It is going to be just a regular 2 beds that are going to push together to make 1 bed, and then it will have 2 separate Pullman beds, so basically the beds that come down from the ceiling, kind of like bunk beds that the girls will be on. So there's one on this side and one on this side, and then the master bed is underneath, which will be be interesting to see how it goes. For the total of the cruise, it was $1,648.08. This does include service fee that I had to pay for switching from the 7-night to the 4-night. Be aware, if you book a cruise, we usually do the non-refundable deposits because you get a better rate. So we did do a non-refundable deposit. So what happened was we could still switch, but we had to pay that $200 processing fee, which it kind of sucked, but it is what it is. We still ended up saving, $1,000 overall, pretty much, maybe a little less than that. But anyways, so this was already paid. It was due, the final payment was due in March. We paid it in February, so we paid the full amount already. We are signed up for anytime dining this time, so basically we can go eat at the main dining room anytime between 5:45. They stop at 9:30, so you probably want to get there before 9:30, because we did notice on our last cruise we had early time dining, and for the days that we were at port, a lot of times if we ate on land, we wouldn't be hungry by the time dinner came, so we would miss out. We missed out on the opportunity to eat at the main dining room a few times. This time we decided to do anytime dining so we can kind of just go as we want to. So our next thing are the gratuities. So every ship that you go on, they are going to have gratuities depending on the room type you're in, but depending on the length of the cruise, depending on the cruise line you're with, these can fluctuate. So for us, the gratuities were $97, $93 per person, and we have 4 people traveling. So our gratuities will be $223.84. Basically, this is tip money that goes to your room steward, your dining room staff, a few other people. Now, this is automatically put on your bill when you get on the ship. So you don't technically pay this until you're closing out your tab, so to speak. When you're closing out your room at the end of the cruise. We do like to prepay this just so that we don't have to think about it later. So we do have the money put aside. I put that as due in May because, you know, most likely I will prepay it before we actually get on the ship. Our cruise is that last week of May, finishing off, I believe, on June 1st or something like that. This is orange because it means we have the money and I have the due date on here, but we do like to prepay that. Now, when you get on the ship, you know, if you have a really bad experience or something that is going on, you can go to customer service and negotiate how much you feel is a reasonable tip for everybody. We pay this gratuity and we actually tip extra. We bring cash. On our last cruise, we did tip our room steward an extra $50. We tipped, we had a lot of ones, so we could tip. We tipped extra at the bars. We tipped extra at the, you know, the different ports, and then tipping the dining room staff, we tipped an extra $20. We only ate in the main dining room like 3 times, I believe, but we did tip them extra. So, you know, it's all up to you. Gas, we're driving from Arizona to California. It's going to be a total of 820 miles. The last cruise we did, we drove from Arizona to Texas. So this one is nice because it's only going to take us, instead of taking us 2 like 8-9 hour days of driving there and back, it's only going to take a day to drive there and a day to drive back. Basically, we should only have to fill up maybe 4 times at about $30 each. So 120. And again, we have the money. We're saying it's due in May because that's when we officially drive. Our parking for the 4 days at Port of Long Beach, it's basically $20 a day, so we're looking at $80. And again, that will be due at the time that we go. When we did Texas, I did prepay for the parking online. I'm not sure if this one will allow me to, but if I can and I can just get a receipt ahead of time, I might end up doing that as well. Pre-cruise hotel, this is, like I said, Carlsbad Beach Terrace Inn. We are just doing one night on the 26th, and that was $293.57. We did pay that in February, so that's green, and it's marked that we paid it. Now, that is pretty pricey because it's Memorial Weekend, and we even got a great deal from our friend. So be prepared if you're going to be staying here. It will be pricey, but they are the only hotel in Carlsbad that is directly on the sand. So it's literally like we're going to be staying in what's called the poolside cabana room. So we don't have an actual balcony or our own little patio, but our door will open up basically onto the pool deck, and then there's stairs literally from the pool into the sand. So we'll be right there. We'll make sure we film a tour for you guys. We're super excited to go back there. Like I said, my husband proposed to me here 7 years ago, and they've done a lot of renovations, so we're excited to go. They do have free breakfast, free Wi-Fi, and all of that. Catalina Island. So when it comes to your shore excursions or your port days, you kind of have to decide, you know, what are some things that you'd want to do. Maybe set yourself up kind of like a budget and see what's available. When we did the last cruise, we did purchase a few shore excursions, and then we purchased a few things on our own ahead of time, and then we had a few things that were just kind of winging it. So we like to kind of do a variety of things. This time, I don't think I'm going to be planning on purchasing any shore excursions. We only have the 2 ports. We do know kind of what we want to do, so we are going to have some type of a plan, but we may just actually purchase it when we're there. So let's go over that real quick. So Catalina Island, they are known for you rent a golf cart for an hour or 2, and then you can go around the island. Basically, there's no cars on the island. They're all golf carts, so that's really cool. So we were planning on wanting to do that. There is a shore excursion through Carnival, which is the mini submarine. So it's a little submarine boat, you know, and you can go down. You're down under, and they do have one that's offered from 9:45 to 10:30. So I did mark it. It would be $150. I put a question mark on there because this is something that I may purchase the shore excursion, or we may just wing it and just go. They do have like a little tourist type booth on the pier, so we may just go over there and decide if we want to do it. It will be a tender, and so we arrive at 9:30, and then we have to tender over to the island. This mini sub thing, we do that first at 9:45, and then we're going to do the 2 hours of the golf cart rental, which is $90. We do have that put aside because that's the one thing we have committed on, and that would be in May, obviously, and this we'd want to bring cash for. Catalina Island also, they have the botanical garden, which when you drive the golf cart, you can go up to the botanical garden. You can park the golf cart and you can go in there. It's $8 per person. So I went ahead and put that in the budget, $32, and I put a question mark. These are black because we don't have that money yet. We didn't put it in savings account yet, but it's an idea and it's something I think would be fun. So we just put on here roughly 11 to 1 would be the golf cart botanical garden, and then we just finish out our day at South Beach on Catalina Island. So they do have some shops and some things, and you just have a very small beach access kind of by the marina type area, so that wouldn't really cost us anything. We just hang out there, but again, that would basically be maybe 1:15 to 3:15 because then we have to get on the tender by 3:45 to get back on the ship by 4:30. Port we have is Ensenada. So this is again, these are some things that we're thinking of doing. We may do them on our own. Basically, though, we have Ensenada. We have a bus from the ship to the inner part of the city. That is $4 round trip. And then I put on here a taxi ride to Hermosa Beach. Put $42. I really don't know. I'm not sure how much it would really cost. We'll have to figure that out. The other thing we were thinking of doing, which is, they call it the blowhole. We put $100 with a question mark on here because we have seen that some people have done taxis on their own. There are shore excursions that take you there. So again, this is up in the air. This one I may purchase the shore excursion for. But I did also see that somebody, Missionaries Tours, and it was $17 for 2 people. I saw it on a YouTube video. It's really cool to watch YouTube videos and see. Not sure if it's still relevant. So we are going to kind of look into that. For this one, we put basically, we arrive in Ensenada 8 in the morning. So we are saying if we did the beach, we would do the beach from like 9 to 1. And then I believe the shore excursion was 1:30 to 4:30, and then we have to be back on the ship. We leave by 6 o'clock that night. So we kind of have little notes here just letting me know. Ricky and I are going to do the drink package on this one. We did not do the drink package on Royal Caribbean. That was a 7-night cruise. We spent even less than probably half of what the drink package would be, you know, because we did bring 2 bottles of our own. We had a wine and a champagne. We got a free bottle of wine, and then we did a lot of the deals Royal Caribbean has in the casino, kind of like a happy hour from 12 to 1, where it's like $2 mimosas or something like that. So we'd go stock up on mimosas, you know, at 12 o'clock from the casino. This time, though, because it is a shorter cruise, we thought, let's go ahead and give the drink package a try, and we'll see if it's worth it. I definitely don't think it would be worth it for us on a 7-night cruise, because I'm not going to drink that much every single day, but we'll see for a 4-night cruise. So for the drink package, if we buy it ahead of time, which most likely we will, it's $245.20 per person. So for 2 people, that'd be $490.40. And again, that would be due at the time of sailing. But we'll probably purchase it towards the beginning of May, and so we'll have it ahead of time, and you get a discount that way. Stay tuned. We're gonna make a whole separate video when we're on the trip to see if the drink package is worth it. Now this is the full drink package, so it's specialty coffees, alcohol, sodas, bottled water, all of that. On the cruise, you do get basic water, tea, coffee, and some like juice or lemonade. You do get a few of those at no charge, you know, at any of the restaurants. And so we did fine on Royal Caribbean without doing that. Now this particular ship, they don't really have any what they call specialty restaurants. So on all the cruise lines, you're going to have a main dining room and a buffet and maybe 1 or 2 snack type restaurants that are included at no extra charge. And then you could do your whole trip without paying anything extra for food. On Royal Caribbean, we did spend a little extra. We did a room service one day, and we did do Johnny Rockets, but otherwise we didn't do any other specialty restaurants. This particular ship, the only specialty type dining experience that they have is the chef's table, and they actually convert the library into a nice old dining atmosphere. We're not going to participate in that, so we're not budgeting for any extra food money. We are not really planning on eating too much on shore, because last time we did notice that, you know, the ship has so much food on there that if we did eat on shore, like I mentioned earlier, when we got back on board, we never ate dinner. Like we didn't take advantage of dinner some nights. We might, though, at the blowhole, they do have a lot of like the street vendors, so I will probably most likely get some street tacos, but we're not really planning on eating a whole lot or spending any extra money drinking. If we do decide to shop a little bit, we might add that to the budget. And then here we have we're doing an extra $80. We're saying casino bingo money. Last time on the Royal Caribbean, on Liberty of the Seas, we did bring casino money, and we didn't end up playing in the casino. I actually found $20 walking through the casino, which was pretty cool. I almost forgot about it, and then my older daughter reminded me. She's like, "Mom, remember you found that $20?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, like how cool is that?" But I do really want to play bingo, so I put casino/bingo money. So I do want to at least get a 1 day of bingo in there. So I don't know how much the bingo cards are. We're going to do $80 and see what we get. So extra tipping money. Like I said, we pay the full gratuities, and we always bring extra tipping money. So we're doing $80 extra tipping money. Again, these are all just put down as May, because that's, you know, by the time we go, we want to make sure we have the money. They're orange because we do have that money. Arcade play. So this is for the girls. If we have casino money, they have arcade money. So we're just doing $40, basically $20 each. That's what we did on the other cruise, and the girls had a great time. That was plenty of money for them. They won a bunch of little prizes and everything. The other thing we're budgeting for are the night owls. So there is a kids program. There's it's free daycare. The hours that they have is they do 10 to 1, 2 to 5, and 7 to 10. Those are the little brackets that you can put them in there for no extra charge. But they do have a late night, which is 10 p.m. to 1 p.m. and that is a charge. So that's $8 per hour. So I put on here, you know, $8 per hour for 2 kids for 3 hours. We're doing $48 if we wanted to do one straight night where they had 10 to 1, or we could do 1 extra hour. Is most likely what we'd end up doing, maybe 1 extra hour, 3 nights. When we did the last one with Royal Caribbean, we only did one night where we had them stay late, and they only stayed maybe an extra hour. So realistically, I don't know, but I did notice on Carnival a lot of the events that we'd want to do, the shows and the comedy show, are kind of late, and like doing the nightclub, all that stuff opens up like at 10 o'clock almost. So I think the girls will do the night owls more so on this sailing than on the last one. So we may increase this. We'll see. Either way, we have that much put aside. Now here are some few things that we want to purchase that are kind of like just added things that we need. When we did the last cruise, we had to buy luggage and formal wear. This time we don't need to buy any of that, which is nice. But the girls do need new water shoes. I haven't put a price in here yet. We put blow up float tubes, $20. I don't know, we might need more than that. But just some of those little that we can use at the beach or something like that. We'll see. All right, so basically what that brings down is our grand total for this trip would be $3,537.35, so not bad. And we've paid a total of $1,941.65. So we still need to make sure we have $1,595.70. We have about $1,365, I think is what we have. So, you know, we need to roughly another $200 is what we need if we want to do these other ones that are in black. So again, we'll have to we'll make sure, we'll most likely have that money with us, and we can pick and choose. And then what I do down here is I kind of just set on here, you know, how much is going to be on the card and how much cash do we have. So as of right now, we have $25 of that as cash. Obviously, we're going to take out quite a bit more. You know, the tipping money, the money for the different ports. We like to use cash. It's just easier. The one thing I left out that I do not have in the budget here is our like food and snack money for the drive to California and the drive home. And then the day that we're in Carlsbad, we will be going out for dinner and drinks with, you know, my husband's friend. So I did not put that in the budget yet. Most likely that money will come out of our just regular personal budget from our eating out portion of that regular budget. But either way, it probably wouldn't be any more than maybe an extra $100 at the most, because basically getting, you know, some snacks and waters and stuff for the drive there and back, and then maybe $50 for dinner. I hope this helps you guys if you're planning a cruise. And if you have gone on a cruise before or you're going on another cruise, let me know what has your cruise budget looked like. Stay tuned. We'll be sharing our cruise vlogs like we did last time here on the channel in the next couple months, and so, you know, a few months following the cruise. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.